I'm actually making the for sale video right now. That's a nice car. I like the V6s. We just gotta jump straight on into it. So I want to start off by saying, yes, Hades is officially for sale as of today, and that's exactly why I'm making this video, because something came up and it's something that I just can't refuse. I can't refuse it. I gotta jump on it for multiple reasons, and I'll go in this video and explain to you what it is. I'm not gonna share what car came about, but I'm gonna pretty much share the, you know, the deal, the behind the scenes type things, and you know, it's got to be good for me to get rid of Hades girl here, because you guys know my 2020 Mustang GT has been one of my pride and joys for about a year now. I've had the car for roughly a year, and we've done such awesome stuff with this car so far. Don't get it twisted though, if this car does not leave my possession, I'm still very satisfied with it. I love it. We have huge plans, and I just simply enjoy this car so much. But for me to go and list it for sale today, it's for a good reason, and you just got to trust the process. Trust me with this. I feel like I've done pretty well with all the Mustangs that I've brought to the channel, so hear me out on this. This thing has been done right. There's been no corners cut. It is honestly the perfect 10-speed Mustang if you're looking for that beast of an NA setup and the awesome daily aspects of the car. We're gonna start this off with all the basic information. This is a 2020 Mustang GT Performance Pack 1 with all the bells and whistles that you could possibly get in a 2020. 401A package, the smart and safe package. We'll go more into the interior stuff here in just a moment, but first I wanna give you guys a nice little walk around of the car. We have that beautiful shadow black paint that has recently been two-step paint corrected, and it does have a double ceramic coating job on it. Alongside, all the plastics are ceramic coated as well. Black cars, once cleaned up and once they're shining, they look so sinister, and that's probably one of my favorite things about when I got this car was the black paint. I was looking for a PP1 fully optioned black car, and this one popped up, like I said, about a year ago, about 45 to an hour away from my house, and I've loved every minute with this car, and it kind of does break my heart to think about getting rid of it, because it just serves such an awesome purpose. For an NA setup with the 10-speed, you guys know they get down, and if I want to go to the gym at 6 o'clock in the morning, it makes the perfect daily. I could drive the car anywhere without a worry in the world with that awesome Gen 3 Coyote, the 10R80. It's such a bulletproof platform. It truly is, and you know, that's definitely going to be something I'm going to miss about this car, is just the reason why I bought it. Now, the reason why I'm selling, let's jump into it. I'm not trying to give too much away, and I'm not trying to bite off more than I can chew. I don't want to go and leave any empty promises, because step one of this whole transaction is getting rid of Hades. Now, some of you might know I was recently invited out to Palm Beach, Florida to go and attend Barrett-Jackson with Ford. It was such a cool experience, super fun, and while we were there, we got to ride in 4 cars with 4 professional drivers. I'm not going to say which cars they were because it's going to give some stuff away, but one of the cars did have a Tremec 6-speed transmission, and oh my God, I fell in love, and I just knew from that moment I stepped in that car and then I stepped out, it was like, you know, these cars are awesome, the 10-speed's awesome, but deep down, I am a manual guy. You guys know I have the 2013 boosted MT82 car, and you know, with the daily driving that, you know, goes on in my life, I don't travel far. And when I first bought this car, I thought, you know, it was something that I absolutely needed, was the 10-speed. And you know, don't get me wrong, these things are freaking nasty if you're trying to go in a straight line and you are trying to go fast. And I've learned that with this car, with it being full bolt-on E85, it's an absolute menace. It truly is. As soon as I got the taste of the manual side of things again with that car, I instantly knew, okay, now is my time to make the jump and snag a Tremec 6-speed car. So to sum it up and keep the story as short as possible, on my Instagram, and if you don't follow me on Instagram, I show a lot of sneak peek stuff. I had posted a Instagram story saying that I am very interested in either a Shelby GT350 or a 2021 Mach 1 6-speed. Well, about 4 hours go by and I check my DMs because I get a message from a subscriber. Well, this subscriber just so happens to have the absolute best spec Mustang I have ever seen in my life. It is such a nice car that the price point I saw he was selling the car for was far out of my league. But he messaged me, he told me, Derek, I just want to see the car on the channel. I want to see it parked next to Lucifer. I've been watching, and here's the price I'll take for it. And that is exactly when I had to pick up my jaw from the floor, because I still can't believe it. I still cannot believe it. And I wish I could tell you guys, I wish I could share it, but again, I don't want to bite off more than I can chew. But that's why I'm making this for sale video on Hades, and I hope somebody is looking for the perfect 10-speed, because I have it for you. And with what this car has, I think my price is beyond fair, considering the car is a fully optioned car with just 14,000 miles done right. As I mentioned, 2020 Mustang GT Performance Pack 1 401A car with 14,000 miles, and the first modification you can see right up front here is going to be the Mach 1 front end conversion done right. Now obviously it is paint matched, it is ceramic coated with the shadow black. The matching is perfect on the car, you can't even tell. It's honestly aftermarket. And then we do have the Dynamics fog lights installed that bumper, and boom, that's going to be the front end. The car currently is lowered on a set of Eibach Sportline springs. I think the fitment on the car is absolutely beautiful, and as far as suspension, that's kind of it. Now you could probably see we do have the VMS drag setup on the car. I wasn't planning on selling this with the car. I was going to sell the Downforce wheels, as you can see from the photo right here. So this is the setup that's going to be on the car when I sell it. If you do want to, you know, include the VMSs, we could talk about that, and I am going to include that in the price, obviously. With the performance pack, we obviously have the 6-piston Brembo brakes, and then we move on to the back here, and some of the cosmetic mods you will notice is with our Performance Pack 1 spoiler, we do have the ZL1 add-on Wicker bill. That is an awesome addition in my opinion to these spoilers. It looks so good. And then, you know, followed up with the Gen 2 Euro style taillights, ZL1 add-on diffuser. This can be easily removed. I know a lot of people don't like it, and if you do remove it, you won't see any of the holes or anything where it's mounted up, so that's the plus side. Also have some diodynamic side markers down there, and as far as exterior modifications, that's going to be pretty much it. Tint on the car is 5% on all the windows, and then we have 25% up front. It just gives it such a sinister look, and you know, it completes the car. That is a must with a black car. Now the car does have full exhaust. We went with some high quality stuff. I want to say everything underneath this car came out to be about $5,500 in exhaust. I know it's a lot, but it is absolutely prime quality. We have the 1 7/8 LTH long tube headers paired up with a 1-of-1 custom exhaust from Valve Exhaust. It is fully polished, and it is an active exhaust, but it is controlled with a remote, and it's compressor driven. It's not electronically driven like the factory. It's a lot better, and it works so well. We'll go and start her up. So you can hear that's obviously valves open. And then we take our nice little remote here, and with a click of a button, instantly, and this works insanely good. And you know, the exhaust sadly has to go with the car when I sell it. I will be getting another valved exhaust on my new car though, 100%. This is the best exhaust I have ever experienced on any car, truthfully. It works so good. With this NA setup, we did go with a AFS 2020 Mustang GT ported intake manifold, and it does have the IMRC lockouts, and that's going to be paired up with a GT Garage Apex cold air intake. This is a fender mount, and overall I've loved this setup. The Cobra Jet setups are obviously notorious, but the thing about them is they are pretty pricey, so we went with the ported option. I've loved it. I think the car performs really well considering it doesn't break the bank, and you know, does have some of these little breathers on there, and again, the motor only has 14,000 miles on it, so it is plenty young, pretty much brand new still. And I trust this car so much, even with it being full bolt-on E85, I drive it to California and back without any hesitation. Last but not least, we got to go ahead and tackle probably one of my favorite parts about this car, and that is going to be the awesome interior these 401A fully optioned Gen 3s provide. And first thing you can notice when hopping into the car, not only do we have these ventilated, heated and cooled leather seats, but we do have some awesome carbon from Dyna Performance. This is all carbon overlaid. The big screen, obviously, and with the performance pack, you do get the 2 gauges here in the middle. We have a badass flat bottom carbon steering wheel, which it really ties in the interior. You could probably tell from right here. It is just super elite. This interior doesn't get any better than this. And awesome, awesome digital dash. We can go ahead and start the car. And it's just, this is a game changer, guys. Absolute game changer. Awesome thing about it too is like, this is, I think the track, or no, this is like standard. So if we go into our modes over here and let's click up one. So this is gonna be the Sport Plus. You can see it changes. And then the drag. So that is super cool. One of my all-time favorite features of the interior. It really does, you know, tie it into this more modern feel. But as far as the interior, absolutely crisp. It is fully optioned. Please do not forget that. This isn't base by any means, and you definitely pay a premium when you want an interior like this. So you just got to keep that in mind. And I'm a little remote for the exhaust. Again, nice and quiet. Open it up, and that fits nicely right there. So the interior, again, there's no scuffs, no rips, nothing. Back seats are still intact. I didn't do a rear seat delete or anything. And got your booty warmers, your booty coolers, both passenger, and you know, both seats are full electric as well. So it does have adaptive cruise control. It has lane assist, so you can see that little lane right there. If I want to turn it off, I think it's on this side, so you can turn it off or you can turn it on. Yeah, all the bells and whistles in this, boys. All the bells and whistles. And I hope this car does intrigue many of you. It needs a good home, and I need you guys to trust the process on this, man. I know we love Hades, and it's been an awesome car to enjoy for the past year, but I got something in the works. Once this sells, you guys are going to flip your lid. I promise you. I promise you. So if anybody's interested in Hades, man, someone come get the car. And there's one last thing I have to cover. I'm actually getting married this Saturday, and then that Monday I'm going to Costa Rica for 9 days. So the objective of this video was to go ahead, put the word out there for anybody looking for a badass 10-speed ready to rock with a lot of extras. Sell it this week. If I sell it this week, I can move on to the next process to getting that Tremec car that I really want. And while I'm on vacation, I won't have to worry about messaging people or, you know, setting up a day for a truck to come get the car. So if we can knock that out this week, and if you're interested, definitely contact me, and let's go ahead and talk about price for the car. And considering everything that it has to offer, all the high-end quality parts, which I know modifications don't affect price, but if you're a true car guy and you're buying this car to go quick, you're gonna spend a shit ton of money out of pocket replicating exactly everything I've done. So keep that in mind. We're not selling it to no CarMax bozo. Considering that, I am asking $48,500 for the car as she sits. Again, 2020 401A performance pack, completely optioned with all the modifications, $48,500. So if somebody's interested, shoot me an email, DerekBaranProductions@gmail.com. You can DM me on Instagram @DerekBaranProductions. And guys, please don't waste my time. I'm trying to make moves, and I know this car, whoever it goes to, you're gonna freaking love it, because it's truthfully a little ripper for an NA 10-speed. I almost forgot to mention too, the car has 3 tunes. It has a 93 tune, an E85 tune, and a flex fuel tune, all on the device, and that is from Palm Beach Dyno. So if you want to tune on the fly, ready to rock, and the car absolutely needs nothing, guys. So if you're interested, come help me out, and I promise the next car that's replacing Hades, you guys are going to lose your mind. I promise you that. But thank you all so much for watching today's video. Don't be bummed that I'm selling this car. If only I could tell you guys what's going to replace it. I'm so stoked, man. So freaking stoked. But step one, getting the car out of here. $48,500 I think is priced very, very fair. Ready to rock, 14,000 miles. Share it with your friends that might be looking for a badass 10-speed. We can get things rolling this week. You can have a truck come pick it up if you need it shipped. I'm down to work anything out, but it's got to be this week, so I'm not worrying about it on my honeymoon. And again, remember, I might be MIA for a couple of days. This month is about my marriage, so I'm going to focus on that, but I have a week until that happens. So let's make something happen, and I hope everybody has a blessed day, man. Thank you so much. Happy National Mustang Day. Someone come get Hades. She's looking for a good home. Deuces.